Hello everybody, my name is Mark. I am one of the more newer Runescape video guys, and this here is my guy. I am Option Guy 68, the Pious, and actually I have to change his gender. I did a quest that made me change his gender into a female. I have to change that back. But if you want, you can pause the video and admire all the wondrous stats of my dude or dudette, whatever you want to call him. But I am going to move on, and I am going to talk about Double XP Weekend and how I cashed in on the opportunity that I was given to earn double the experience. So I'm going to go to this website right here. This is the clan tracker. It's runeclan.com. You go on this website and you just look up your clan, and then you look up your character. And here I am right here, Option Guy 68. And here are the different columns. This is experience I earned today. This is experience I earned yesterday. And right here, this is what we're concerned with, double XP weekend. And so we just go down this column. And over here are the different categories. Overall, I made over 4.5 million experience. That's pretty good for my middle levels of my character. 4,504,487. Over here is all the different categories, and there are some zeros. There are some things that I didn't do any training in. Cooking, I did nothing in. Fishing, I didn't do anything. And down here, I didn't do any training in thieving, and I did no training in rune crafting, nothing in dungeoneering, and I didn't do anything in invention. Now, my highest skill that I spent the most time was construction. I put the most time more than anything else for two reasons. Number one, construction is expensive. I spent over 8 million gold to get construction up to level 75. And that's reason number two right there, because now that I'm level 75, I can have a Gilded Altar, and I will go ahead and show you the Gilded Altar and just how wondrous right there. Notice that I've got my bank full of prayer bones. And so let me go into my house, and I'm going to go to my house. And now my chapel is right up here. And here is my Gilded Altar. The Gilded Altar alone cost me like 2 million to build. So now I can right click, and I got all these bones, and watch what happens. These are dragon bones. Okay, I killed blue dragons to get all these, and so those are dragon bones. Now I offer this at my Gilded Altar like this, and watch what happens. Okay, I'm getting lots of experience, and I put in my bonus experience there too from treasure hunter keys, but look at how much experience I'm getting. I'm getting 360 a pop. So I didn't spend hardly any time training my prayer, because I mean, I could have killed the dragons and buried the bones and got double 75, which would have been 150, but you can see the base here is 180, so it actually paid me off more to put my time and energy into getting my construction up to level 75, which is requirement level if you want to get the Gilded Altar. And I got a whole bunch of more bones at my bank, and I am going to train up my prayer points up to level 75 using this Gilded Altar method. And there you go. I just trained a level right now. I'm up to level 62. So that's the first thing that I did and that I want to point out for double XP week. I put a lot of time and energy into construction. Now the next thing I did right below is summoning. Okay, and I got almost 800,000 experience for summoning, and let me show you why. So first of all, let me go back to the bank, and I'm going to show you some cool pouches that I got. Now first of all, I got my summoning up to, I think it's level 72. Yes, my summoning's up to level 72, and I'm going to show you the cool pouches that I can use now because I have level 72 summoning. So I'm going to go right here to the bank, which is very close to my house here in Taverley, and I'm going to click on my bank, and down here at the very bottom are two very cool pouches that I can use. The first one is this bunyip. Okay, this bunyip, and let me withdraw it. and then let me withdraw this one, and a war tortoise. Okay, so the bunyip, as you can see, if I were to summon this animal, he heals 2% of my maximum life points every 15 seconds. Now, I have 84 constitution, which means that my maximum life points are 8,400. So 2% of that would be 84 times 2. That's 168 hit points I'm being healed every 15 seconds. So that was the next thing that I did, was I focused on my summoning, and I got it up to level 72 so I could get that bunyip, and also this war tortoise pouch which uses gold charms, and I got a whole crack load of golden charms here. I got 1,600 of them, so I'm good to go for the rest of my life, and I can summon these war tortoises, which is a beast of burden that can carry up to 18 items out of my inventory, and that is very, very useful, as you can imagine, if you're doing some training and you're killing a bunch of monsters that drop lots of nice herbs or whatever. Okay, and so that's the second thing I did. Now, the next thing that I want to point out, and this is actually the very first thing I did when Double XP first began, is I trained my Herblore. And the very first thing I did was I trained Herblore, and I got it up to level 65, and that's really not that much. But the reason why I want to point that out is because before Double XP began, I spent a lot of time preparing for Double XP by going to this place right here. Let me pull up the map, and let me unzoom it and move it over here, and let me rezoom it in. And I spent a lot of time here in this Slayer Tower, and on the second floor you got these monsters. Right where are they at? Right here. They are aberrant specters, and these things drop lots of herbs, and I was ready to go. I spent a good week and a half killing these aberrant specters because they drop tons of herbs. And let me go down to their drops, and you can see right here, 1 to 5 noted, grimy guam, dwarfweed, 1 to 3 noted, Lantidime, I can't pronounce that, 1 to 3 noted, Marintil, Terramin, Harlander, Rainier, Aventot, Quarm, Cadentine, all of those, the aberrant specters drop in noted forms. And so I spent a lot of time killing these monsters, and I got a nice bankload. I still have some leftover herbs from all of the loot that I got from those aberrant specters. And I'll tell you right now, if you're going to train up your herb lore, then that's the place to go. And right here you can see I still got a bunch of herbs left over. I got Quorum, Harlander, and I think there's going to be another Double XP coming up in 2 or 3 months, and I'm going to do it again. I'm going to go back there, and I'm going to train my herb lore the rest of the way up to level 75. My ultimate goal is to get all 75 of these stats right here so that I can do this quest, Plagues In, so that I can go to Prifindis, which is a very nice place to go. I am very well aware that it's a good place to go to train, and you can kill frost dragons, which their bones are worth, like, I think 2,000 gold a pop. Or maybe even more. I don't know. I probably should look at it. They might be worth 20,000. They're worth a lot, and so I really want to get to the Prifindis. So I spent time in the killing aberrant specters and getting those herbs, training up my herb lore. Okay, and then finally, one of the last things I want to talk about is my Slayer. I got my Slayer up to level 75. And my combat is at 109. I need to get that up one more level, which won't be hard. I just need to raise a few levels in my combat and get this up to 110. Because once I get that up to 110, then I can start doing the Slayer, the Slayer Taskmaster guy who is in the Ancient Caverns, which is the place where you go, you dive into the whirlpool, and you're killing the ice fiends and the mithril dragons. And that place is up by the Barbarian Outpost just to the south. But also, I did the Fairy Tale quest, and I can actually use the Fairy Ring to get there. And then I can get better Slayer tasks and make better money. Okay? And so, finally, last thing I want to say, that some notable mentions, is that I trained woodcutting quite a bit. And the way I did that was I did a lot of divine drops. And what you do is you go to world number 2, and you can see there's 1272, and then you teleport over here to the lodestone at Birthrup like this, and takes a few seconds, and then you magically appear at Birthrup. Okay, and here I am at Birthrup, very close, and this lodestone is very close to the bank, and I'm actually on world number 2, and you can see that there's a whole boatload of people here, and they're dropping all sorts of stuff, and they're doing pulse cores, and I got lots of experience just chopping down trees. I would look for the divine yew trees. There's one right there, and I think I actually used them all for the day, so you are limited on how many you can use. So I did train my my wood cutting skills and also my fletching skills. I trained, and if we look at fletching right here, I trained a lot in fletching, and I got fletching up to level 68 and wood cutting up to level 72. So slowly but surely I'm working my way towards that Priffendus. So overall, I had a very good double XP weekend. I earned 4.5 million experience, and I got my Slayer up to level 75. I got my summoning up to level 72. I can use the Bunyip. I can use the War Tortoise, and I got my fletching up pretty close, and I got my wood cutting up quite a bit, and I got my construction up. That was my best accomplishment, I think, was getting my construction up and getting that Gilded Altar. So anyways, that's it for this video. I had a very good double XP weekend, and if you want, you can go over all of these wondrous stats. This is my dude right here, and you can look at all of my glory and all of my treasure, all of my wondrous achievements here. So that's a double XP weekend. I feel like that I cashed in on the opportunity, and I had a good weekend. So thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video, and ciao to you all.